Welcome to the Maritime Lemonade Stand. Look, I feel bad about last week just moaning for the entire show about the stuff that's gone wrong on the boat. So, taking my best friend Don's advice, came down to Miami, about to drive to Key West for this party called Fantasty Fest. No idea what's going on, but let's go. Also, Lonely Planet, similar money. I spent it all on this car.
And so we headed out of Miami and down one of the most beautiful drives in the States, the U.S. Route 1, better known as the Overseas Highway. 3 hours later, arriving in Key West, but not without a conflict of aesthetics.
Little bit bums because I've got my Papa Hemingway beard, but I'm not going to go see his house until tomorrow. Problem is, tomorrow is the day after Fantasy Fest. I have to shave this. So, sorry, Papa Hemingway. I would have liked to... wrong. I don't think Hemingway is going to be pleased.
But I was hoping Key West would be, and a few minutes later, we joined the party on the infamous Duval Street.
So we made it Duval Street in Key West. It's Fantasy Fest 2015. Do not point the camera that way. That's the area where you can express yourself, I guess is the nicest way. Myself, I'm Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Too Many Mars Bars, I guess you could say. So we're gonna go in. It's half of me wishes you could see behind the camera right now. Half of me is very thankful that you don't. So here we go. We're at Fantasy Fest. I actually should have asked Don a few more questions about this party. It's a party. Don't turn the camera that way. We're on Duval Street. It's crazy. I can't show you the photos. My mother watches this show, so how do I describe it? It's Mardi Gras meets Halloween. It's sponsored by Cialis, I guess. It's Google pictures if you want to, not you, Mom. It's crazy. Yes, everybody should come down here, but be very, 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 be very prepared. Wow. You want to take? Of course, you can take a picture.
So, like stated, we are in end of the line, Conch Republic, Key West. It's a little bit rainy outside, almost washing away the sins of last night's Fantasy Fest. I feel bad that we didn't get to show you much of that, for good reason. So what I thought I'd do is just kind of take you along some of my favorite spots down here in this most naughtiest and cheekiest of towns in America. So with any adventure, especially down here in Florida, it has to start out with coffee, and it has to start out with Cuban coffee. What a lot of people forget is that Key West is closer to Havana than it is Miami. So if you're going to have a Cuban coffee, you have to come here. Cuban Coffee Queen, aptly named, because the Cuban coffee, last name Queen, follow me here. You have your choices of really kind of three things. The first is the famous cortadito, I think it's called, which is 2 shots of espresso, a little bit of sugar, steamed milk. Or you can get the bucci, which is the same thing without steamed milk. Or you can get the colada, which is 4 shots of espresso. Regardless, phenomenal. Don't go to the name brand places. Walk down here, get yourself a little bit of coffee for your adventure, and then go explore it. Also, kind of one of the more fascinating aspects of Key West is the architecture. This is home to one of the most amazing subcultures of architecture called Conch style. The Conch architecture, of course, Conch being back in the day when Bahamians lived here, they would kind of ground up the conch shells and use them as a mortar, as a lime. So that's how it got its name. But you're going to see a lot of influences in houses here that you're not going to see anywhere else in the world. Things to look for to really kind of determine if it's just a Caribbean or not. You've got kind of the raised piers, like the raised porch. That's very common amongst them. The dormer up top, you know, kind of changing that attic into a living space, opening up the window for ventilation. The biggest thing is finding these top hinged shutters. Again, it just comes down to airflow, keeping the rain out, keeping the sunshine out, and keeping it ventilated. And a little side note, if you look up at the porch ceilings, traditionally they'll be painted light blue, and you're going to see this a lot in all kind of Caribbean influenced places in the States, New Orleans as well. That light blue is to keep ghosts away, which goes back, it's very kind of, you can look it up yourself. But anyway, just a little side note. Let's get some more snacks. Now, of course, what kind of adventure would it be if we weren't having snacks? We're down in Key West, seafood. What do you have when you're in the Conch Republic? You have conch fritters, perhaps the most famous snack down here. Florida Keys. The best conch fritters here are going to be at B.O.'s Fish Market, which is right behind me. Kind of this ramshackle surf place. I mean, the bathroom is bigger than the kitchen, they like to say. I think with any fried food, especially seafood, it comes down to two things. First of all, the batter. Second of all, the dipping sauce, you know. The batter here is kind of beer battered fried, but the dipping sauce is this mayonnaise and key lime dipping sauce. Phenomenal. And you can actually, the great thing about the conch fritters here at B.O.'s, you can actually taste the conch, which it's lost in a lot of the other places. So get here, enjoy it. Great for people watching. You occasionally have to share sounds with large motorcycles or even the very rude neighboring chickens and roosters. But it's a very good stuff. On cue. Did you hear that? What is he, sag? That's great. Yeah, get here, have a snack, on with the rest of the tour. Another kind of place that could only exist in the quirkiness of Key West would be the Key West Cemetery. You normally wouldn't associate hilarity with the dead. However, in this place, they kind of combine the two. And it's a great little place, you know, to ride your bike respectfully through, but some of the epitaphs, the gravestones are just phenomenal. You have devoted fan of Julio Iglesias. You have I'm just resting my eyes, and perhaps the best one, VP Roberts. God bless you, VP. There's a way to live and there's a way to die. You did both. I told you I was sick. So come out here, take a little tour. Like I said, it's beautiful just to ride through. Just a very kind of quirky place of Key West.
Up next, it was snack time again. And what kind of Key West tour would it be without her signature dish, key lime pie? First stop, Pepe's.
Pepe's is actually a local favorite. Two people from here have said that this is the place to go. Known for their three things, actually: the generous amounts of whipped cream, also like a very kind of bouncy. You can see by the texture that it's not, you know, it's not whipped all the way. There's still a little bit of crunch, like when you mash potatoes, but not all the way. That same thing, if that makes sense. And the third thing is that it's tart. You know, it's not super sweet. It's not overly rich. So yeah, good. Not gonna give away the winners yet for the key lime contest, although I'm pretty sure it's Pepe's. Stop number 2 on the key lime pie tour is going to be right here on Duval Street. It's Kermit's. Kermit's has always been, I think, for 80 years, it's kind of been one of the more famous places to get a place of key lime pie. They became really well known because they're willing to dunk a pie in chocolate for you if you're feeling like absolutely filthy. I know it's not very fair of me. I wasn't looking forward to this because it's on Duval Street. That's like getting a bowl of gumbo on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. You really, is it going to be touristy or not? But willing to try. So in Blue Heaven, I haven't even tasted the key lime pie yet, but I can tell you it's going to be good. This is not just your regular key lime pie. This is like the Grace Jones of key lime pie. So look at that meringue. You know, nothing excites me more than a good snack. Nothing makes me more angry than a bad snack. Kermit's, key lime, I won't say make me angry, hurt my feelings. Blue Heaven, good, focus more on pizzazz than I think the actual just goodness of a slice of key lime. And also it was like $10 for a slice as opposed to Pepe's, which is $5. Speaking of Pepe's, if you want the best key lime in Key West, which makes it pretty much the best key lime pie in all of the world, Pepe's, hands down, get there. So there you go, kind of an alternate Key West. Absolutely come down here if you want to stay drunk for 3 days. The city will completely embrace you. But like New Orleans, and you see that a lot of similarities between the two cities, there's a lot more to see here. So come down here and do both, and we'll talk to you later.
And so it was goodbye to the geriatric pirated paradise of Key West, back up to Miami for a roadside Cuban coffee, a quick cycle down South Beach, showing off my amazing shirt, and taking in the Art Deco magnificence, over 300 examples in a 4-mile radius, to the cigar factory for a few good smokes, one last quick snack, and up to West Palm Beach, where my friend and fellow sailor Ryan Beckett, best known to you as Ryan from The Bachelorette, to talk about his life after the show.
Life after The Bachelorette, I refer to myself as a triple Z-list celebrity. I usually don't get noticed unless one of my friends call me out, and then someone recognizes me. And now I'm just back and enjoying racing on the sailboat and having a good time. Made a couple different business moves, and ABC couldn't find me a girlfriend, so I'm trying now.
Ryan also recently took his boat, the aptly named Beckett List, down from Long Island to Florida, so I asked him if he had any advice for me.
My best advice is to bring some rum. It's a half joke, half serious, but it kind of maybe puts you more in the mindset where you just gotta laugh at yourself, the situations. I tell some of my friends that I had moments on my trip that was like planes, trains, and automobiles where you just kind of start to get this crazy laugh because you can't believe how there's always something to deal with every day. Even when the day starts out great, beautiful weather, your engine's running great, or the wind's great, you got the sails out, there's always something to manage, whether it's weather, or it's a mechanical issue, or boat traffic, or it's always something you got to deal with. So just be prepared for the unexpected.
After that, it was a quick trip to the breakers for their amazing view, and back on a plane to North Carolina, where my little boat was hopefully fixed. More next week.